Hey, John. Hey, Cindy. Welcome. John, if this is your first time joining, this is a pretty casual atmosphere here. People come and go, ask questions they need, and there's nothing prepared. So if you're ready or when you're ready, you can let me know and I can unmute your mic and you can let me know if you have any questions.
Hey, good morning.
Morning. How are you?
Great. So, I guess I have a couple of quick questions. I was looking at
Sure.
your platform to use for a client project, and they have an existing database membership that's being done through a mostly manual backend. What do you have in the way of like migrating over currently paying subscribers and getting them into your ecosystem?
We normally separate that into the two parts. The one part is the members themselves, their access, etc. The other part is the payment. Members and their access is pretty straightforward. We have documents and guides that walk you through this entire thing. Payment is a different situation. The usual recommendation is to just allow payment to continue as it is, especially if it's recurring. And then as people's credit cards expire or some other natural process happens that ends their subscription, then you pull them into the new billing. Because usually the cost and effort associated with trying to migrate payment, and again, I don't know what payment system it is, but it really doesn't matter. Usually the cost and effort associated with doing that exceeds the benefit, because a lot of times, unless you can do that seamlessly without the customer's involvement, you're going to lose subscriptions from it.
Right, yeah, it's an annual based thing, so it's and they're manually doing the payments, so like the migrating the payments over isn't as big of a deal. But having the like the user information is. And
Okay.
then the second question I had for you, in terms of gating content, for like we have like two phases for this project. One is just gated articles, which they this simple. um do you have any like preferred integrations for like one-offs? So like if we wanted to add a course for X topic, making a purchase on top of the subscription and unlocking specific pages.
Yeah, MemberMouse has tons of flexibility around that. We have what's called bundles, and actually some of our clients only use the a la carte system where they basically have a library of courses and people can just buy, whichever ones they want. So you can have membership where people subscribe to a bronze, silver, gold type plan, which gives them access to a selection of your content. But then you, at the same time, you can also offer independent courses or content offerings, and people can select to purchase them at any time. And you can also price those things differently. So if you want to say for that separate courses, to a bronze member, offer it for $20, and for a silver member, offer it at a percentage off, et cetera. There's a lot of flexibility around pricing and how people can access the content and when they can purchase it.
Fantastic. And then the last question I had for you, at a certain level, they want manual control over adding people into this recurring payment system, like for corporate clients or whatever. Is that like, is there a interface for that? The client is adding their clients in without them accessing a web portal.
Yes. In fact, I'll just share my screen right now and show it to you. Yeah, there's, of course, the way anybody can join is just through the checkout pages, right? You can have sales pages, which then you have buttons which link to the purchase page or the checkout page, and then they fill in their data and sign up and get access immediately. The other way is in the member mouse backend, you have this manage members dashboard. This shows you all of your members. You have this advanced search. Then you see here, you can create members, you can select whatever membership level you want them to be on, create the member, and then you can either comp it for free, or you can collect the customer's billing information. So like if it's done over the phone or something like that. Now, MemberMouse has card on file functionality. So if it's not the initial purchase, for example, it's an existing customer like this guy, you can click into member details, go to access rights, and again, all the call center functionality, you can change their membership level, and you can add bundles, which is what I was just talking about before. These are the independent things. So you can apply a bundle to their account. If it's free, it'll just get applied to their account like I just did. Or if it's a paid bundle, I think this might be a paid one. You can have the option to build a card on file or enter new card information. So there's a lot that the team can do manually as a back office activity, as opposed to having the customer do it themselves. But either way is possible.
Fantastic. And this is just a confirmation thing, but you have the ability to add in like we can do a trial period for like say a month and then charge the card, right? Like with
yeah. So you see here, when you go to create products in MemberMouse, products define all of the billing specifications, what something costs. So if I go to create a product, these are all the options I have, right? I can set a price. So say it's $50, but then you see here, I can add a trial. It could be, for however many days, weeks, months, 14-day trial at free. You can lock it in so that's because, one challenge is if you offer a free trial, especially on larger membership sites, people may start to game the system. So you can check this if you want to make sure that people can't buy it.
That's not really a concern, but that's good to know. Awesome.
And then you have your subscriptions here, like, you can specify it recurs every period of time and payment plan.
Okay. Within like a page, how do you set the access? Could you mind showing that really quick?
Sure.
Grab a screenshot all of this to share with the client.
Okay. And this is being recorded, so you can share this with the client if you want. But the protecting content is there are a number of ways to do it. On a page by page basis, you see this grant access button down here. You can specify, okay, which membership do I want? And then you can keep going. You can apply it to multiple memberships, and you can specify at which day they get access if it's a drip content type situation. So you can see here all of the different people who get access to this page. And as soon as I've granted access to anybody, immediately that page is protected, and nobody who does not have that access can access the page. So that's one way. The other way is you have a drip content schedule where you can view a particular membership level and see what they're getting access to. And from here, you can add new pages, or you can copy from one membership to another. And the other way is you can, if you're familiar with the concept of categories in WordPress, when you're defining bundles or memberships, you can actually specify that certain categories should immediately get access to that content. And this is helpful if you have a publishing group who's basically like responsible for creating all the posts for a particular category of content. When you do it this way, it's automatic. Like anytime they add new content with that category in WordPress, it's immediately protected. So you don't have to worry about, protecting it on a one-by-one basis.
Great. I want to do the last, or maybe I didn't say this, that like there's like, I think 5, 10, whatever the number is, number of free articles, like kind of a lot of newspapers do that, where then the user's prompted, like after they've hit X amount of paywalled pages. Is that something you support out of the box?
Not out of the box. You would have to track that as a custom thing. Probably there may be WordPress plugins that do that. I would look into that, see if there's a WordPress plugin that specifically handles that type of functionality.
Great.
Because
Well,
you essentially just need to count, right, as in a cookie or something, count their views, and then when that triggers on a when a page load event, detect that and perform some action. It wouldn't be too complicated to implement, but there's probably a plugin that does that.
yeah, I normally don't do things in WordPress, but the client is familiar with WordPress, so I looking for solutions that'll fit them. But thank you so much for your time today. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, my pleasure. And Cindy, if you don't mind, can you just quickly paste before John heads out the article for the migration guide, the link for the migration guide, so that he has that. And also the other thing to be aware of is you will have access, like I do this every week, and also our support team is amazing. So any questions you have when you're going through this process, you'll have people there to help you. So
Great. Yeah, no, this looks very, very straightforward, and it looks like the client can create new pages and gate them easier than they can if I do this as a one-off like React app. So this seems great.
okay,
Great.
great.
Thank you so much for your time today. Have a great rest of your day.
You're welcome. Bye, John.